Hi guys, today I'm going to be showing you how to restring and tune a guitar. The first step is to loosen the strings. You do this by turning the tuning pegs on the head of the guitar in a way that loosens the string instead of tightening it. You can use a string winder for this step, but I don't have one, so I'm just doing it by hand. It just takes a little extra time, but it's still doable without a tool. The next step is to remove the bridge pins from the bridge. This just allows you to remove the strings from the guitar. Next step is to take the old strings out of the tuning pegs on the head. You usually just do this. You have to unwind it from the little peg a little bit, but it just slides right out once you do that. The next step is going to be putting in your new strings into the bridge. When they first come out of the package, they're all wound up. And this specific brand that I'm using is really nice because the strings are color-coded. They go from red to purple. So, you know each string goes in which hole by the color. So I'm starting out with the low E string, and you see I just spin it a little bit and then suck it into the hole, and then I'm inserting the bridge pin, and there's a hole in the bridge pin that has to line up with the string so that it fits right in there nice and snug. And bending the string a little bit before it goes in just helps it to create like a really flush fit with the notch that's in the bridge for the string. And as I'm doing this, I'm just setting the strings off to the side of the guitar. I'm not putting them into the head of the guitar yet. I'm just putting them into the bridge, and then I'll move on to attaching them to the head in the next step. So now I'm going to start installing the strings into the head. Each tuning peg has a hole you slide the string through, and the most important part about this is that you make sure that the string is winding towards the inside of the peg and not towards the outside. So you can see at the bottom there, the string is turning towards the inside of the guitar, not the outside. And it's really important on this first pass that the free end of the string goes underneath the part of the string that's being wound around the tuning peg. It just keeps the string nice and secure. The order that you do this in generally should be from the outside strings to the inside strings. So I did the the low E first, then the A, and then the D. I did it a little backwards on the other side, but it's possible to do it. It's just, it causes a little bit more tangling sometimes. You just have to finesse the strings a little more than you would if you went from outside to inside. And again, I'm just making sure that the free end of the string goes under the end of the string that's being wound around the tuning peg. Next is kind of a fun part. You get to trim the free end of the string off. So what's really important about this part, because this can cause a lot of stress on the string and cause it to snap, and you don't want that on your brand new guitar strings. So as you can see, I'm putting my thumb over the string on the guitar so that it just releases a little bit of pressure and makes sure that the string doesn't snap while I'm trimming the end. And then after that, the last step is just to tune the guitar. It's going to be really important to tune your guitar a few times after you put the new strings on, just because they stretch out a little bit once they're on there. So you can't expect them to be perfect right away. You're going to have to tune it a few times. But I use a tuner app on my phone. You can buy a standard tuner, but I just like to use the app. It's a little more convenient. And I just start with the low E and go to the high E, and it's pretty self-explanatory. And that's everything.